In today's video, I'm going to show you a unique feature of ScrapPage in that you can use it to build a quarter-fold greeting card. Under Projects, if we start a new project, you'll see there's a quarter-fold card option. It comes for either 8.5 by 11 or, if you're a European user, in the A4 format. But let's do the 8.5 by 11 today. Now when it opens up, it shows you that it allows you to click on buttons here that allow you to construct your cover, your inside left, inside right, and back. Now for the folding, of course, these have to be actually upside down and backwards. And ScrapPage takes care of that for you. So let's start off with the cover. Okay, when we open it up, we're now in just a regular workspace layout. And here I can go in and let's just add a text panel, or a color panel rather. And I'm going to just make this color panel sort of fill this area up here pretty close. The reason you want to use a color panel instead of changing the background is I just want to change the front of the card, not the entire card. So I think what I'll do is I'll go in here now and I'm going to pick a color, let's say a little lighter variation of that, somewhere around there, and I'll pick one of the textures that come built in. Okay, so let's pick this one here. All right, so when this opens up, you'll see that now we have this is going to be our front page color layout. So to this I want to add some pictures, or a picture, and I think what I'll do is I'll go in here to my pictures and I'll get a picture of this young lady down here, and we'll just say that it's going to be her birthday. Let's pick this one here. All right, so when we move this in here, now what we want to do, we could just leave the picture there, but I think it would be a lot more dressy if we went in and did a little cutout mask on it. So I'll go in here and choose one of my masks, and let's pick this one. This always turns out pretty nice. So we'll pick this and we'll set this on her something about like this, and we'll go ahead and apply it. Now when we've got her in here now, we can blow her up to whatever extent we want for as much filling of the card as we'd like it to be. Now before I leave, I'm going to add a text box up here, and I'm just going to say, let's say it's a birthday card, so happy birthday. All right, so we'll auto size that and maybe pick a different font. Let's go with something very scripty like Edwardian, and we'll blow it up in size to zoom it to fill the area that we've defined for where it is. And for now, let's also make this be a darker variant of that color as well. All right, so there. Now we've got kind of a front cover. Now if we return to the quad, you'll see that it's down here now, what we just built in this area. And let's go to the left inside. That will be when you open the card up and you look at it, it'll be the left panel as you're looking at it. So I'm going to add another picture here, and I have another picture that I think would be nice for this card. It's one of a mother and daughter, and we'll bring that in here like this and blow it up in size as well. Now we might also, I was going to crop it, but I think what I'll do instead is I'll just go ahead and put another mask on it. This time I think I'll just pick a soft edge mask, something like this one here, and we'll bring this across here to where we get both people in it. And when we apply it, we'll have something like that. Yeah. So now let's say that we have. Now it might be nice to add a text message here on this page. So I think I'll go ahead and add a text box and put it down here, and I can copy in a little text message here. We'll just say that, how about this one here? A daughter is a little girl who grows up to be your best friend. And this time we'll maybe make it a size of a 60 or so. It looks okay. We'll bring it in there, something like that. Maybe even tighten it down a little bit. And there, we can leave that like that. And we'll say, okay, that's good for our inside left. Now if we go to our inside right, we might want to leave another message, and maybe we could tell it something like an inspirational message that might say something like this. We'll give it another text box, and maybe this is an inspirational message, and we'll make it about a 60 also, and tell it, okay, let's see how that looks if we blow that up a bit, and maybe we'll tighten it up until we get, or expand it out maybe a little bit. And we'll have it something like that. I don't know. You can always play with the sizes of the fonts just by changing them around a little bit. We'll change it to a 56 and see what that does. And that might be not even quite enough. Let's go to a 54 so we can get this on 2 lines. There we go. So now we got it on 2 lines. We can set this down here like this to make this panel of the card look a little nicer. We might add a little something to dress it up. Maybe up here in my design elements, maybe I'll pick something like this cluster here. And when we bring that in, we can blow it up a good bit. And I want to move it to where it's behind that text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the text and move it on top. So we'll put that text on top of this. Now it's still a little hard to read because that's the cluster so bold. So we'll tone it down to where it's actually kind of a background and sort of blends into the paper. And then the text stands out a bit. Now we may also want to add to that. Oops, didn't want to move that. Let's leave that about right where it was. Now we also may want to add to that another text box that says something like love with a comma. And let's see, we'll make that be the same size. We'll stick it down here someplace, something like that. And we'll add one more text box that says mom. And I think what I'll do is I'll pick a different font for that and make it look like it's actually a signed letter. Something like Scriptina is nice. And maybe we'll bold that and give it a color of blue so it looks like it was signed in a pen. And that way we can move it down here and maybe rotate it to that position there, something like that. And we say fine, there's our inside right. And we can put anything you wanted on the back. You could say made specially for or whatever you wanted back here. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference. But anyway, that's the way the card would be laid out. So you would see that this would be your cover. And this would be your inside left. And this would be your inside right. And we didn't put anything on the back, but we could. It's just a question of whether you wanted to. Let's move this over to align it just a little bit better, okay? Now all you have to do with this is when you return to the quad mode, you go over here and you tell it, hey, print this card. And I will go ahead and print this card, and then I'll show you when it's folded together how it all works. So here's the card printed. As you can see, the front page is in the lower right-hand corner, and the inner 2 pages are on the upper part of the layout, and they're actually upside down and reversed. And that's so that when you do fold the card, you get it in right order. Here's what the card becomes when it's folded. Here's the front page. And we'll open up here and show the inner 2 pages. As you can see, everything aligns just right for the greeting card. So this is the way it's done. And until the next time, I'll show another subject here with ScrapPage. But for now, this is Dave from Media Digitronics. Bye-bye.